It's the most boring day of the week, Sunday, so I have decided to use my computer-generated dull voice to attempt to make it better. As you can probably tell by the sound of my voice, I'm more likely to fail at this task. But anyway, roll titles. So here it is, the 4th episode of the YouTube show that is partially named after a day of the week which just so happens to be Sunday. And I have decided to tell you people a story. It's a story of fiction. The chapter that I'm about to read is the first chapter, but I have broken the original chapter of this tale down into parts to make it more digestible, as it was 5 pages full of text except all of the line spaces and the word spaces and the grammar. By the term digestible I did not mean as in edible. So I shall start by stating that this story was concocted in my mind, and it is about as far away from anything that you would call reality as the Orange Show.
So very real then?
Only in your mind, which is a subsection of mine, which in turn makes it my mind that it's real in.
Okay, you two just shut up and get on with the story.
Tale I, Chapter 1, What Halo? So what's that halo that you wear? Sarah spoke inquiringly to her customer. What? Then he looked up at the red glowing ring that was just above his head, but then with reluctance he said, "It's a halo of sin." As he spoke those 5 words, the noise in the pub dissipated, but then as the noise slowly picked back up to the usual level of background noise, she responded with astonishment, "A halo of sin." Yeah, that's what I said, isn't it? How? Why did you get that? He stated with a hint of annoyance. I got it as a gift from the angels so they can track me. He said it with a newfound pride. Why'd they want to track you? She spoke uneasily, and with some disbelief. It's a little known fact that, he paused and changed the direction of the conversation. What's your name anyway before I continue? Sarah, she blurted out. But what is yours, Mr. Hell's Angel? Suddenly he burst out in a fit of laughter. Sarah was bemused. Now as soon as the newly dubbed Mr. Hell's Angel recovered from his fit, so would I be correct in the assumption from that response, that you believe in a God, and you believe what those angelic preachers say about a God, he stated. Sarah was feeling uneasy at his choice of words. Yes. Kind of. What do you mean a God? There's only one God, but is there really any gods, or is it just some fabrication by these halo-wearing invaders? Spoke the man. Sarah was puzzled by the man's questioning. What? So you're saying there's no divine Godric up there? Sarah said with a new level of astonishment. Yes, there is nothing above us, except the sky, all of the sky-bound creatures and all of the stars. Their satellites and the rest of the interstellar flotsam and jetsam. Radiation from the almost countless stars, the man clarified. What about clouds? Sarah picked him again. Okay, I'll let you have that, the man said reluctantly. Now shall I tell you about these gods? Okay, Sarah spoke. I'll listen. As it seems to be there isn't a God, and it's all of those halo-wearing invaders' subterfuge to force all of the people all across the many worlds that I have visited, the man said, gazing into Sarah's green eyes. Then as soon as he caught eye contact with her he continued, and within each of the worlds I have visited ever since my birthplace, back on the planet of Beta Gamma, but the whole of the once proud, population has been reduced to naught but a race of slaves. Well, obviously not the whole population. Sarah pips in to receive one raised eyebrow look from the man. What about yourself? And another question then, if you come from another planet, how come you and I both understand each other, and why do we look so similar? Sarah said the last part with an air of amusement. I'll get to that in a moment, if you allow this tale to run its course. He was getting slightly agitated now. Well, the world on its surface, it looked very similar to this world. And then the angels arrived out of the black infinity of the spaces above of the world's surface, and something fell from the skies above on that fateful night. All of those years ago, we thought it was another meteorite or something as harmless as one of those rocks that fall from the blackness. Sure, they hurt the landscape, but human casualties are a rare occurrence. But what we weren't expecting to come from this one, a cursed rock, was 6 bright white human-like creatures with bright gold rings on their heads, claiming to be the divine prophets of a god that we had never heard of. And then they expected us to worship them, or rather the eagle-headed god that they worshipped. So the royal family, with the general agreement of the people, simply asked them to leave and to take their god with them on their way out, and then stuff turned uglier. Hey Sarah, spoke Dave the barman as he slapped her backside. It's nice that you have found one of our clients to flirt with, but could you please get over there and sort them out? As he said the last part, he pointed at the rowdy table in the corner. She mouthed the words "that's harassment" at Dave. She quickly proceeded with his instructions, after whispering the following words to the Hell's Angel. Don't go away, my Hell's Angel, I should be back in a couple of minutes. Sarah was a blonde girl who was wearing the standard barmaid uniform, of a tightly fitted light blue cropped polo shirt holding the logo of an angel with its 2 arms outstretched. Inside of it was in a darker blue text saying "the embrace of an angel." Emblazoned upon it, her coverings for the region of her body that Dave had just slapped was a red miniskirt. Now I'd like to state thank you for watching this video of my new kind of semi-audio book. So if you want to hear me read any more of my stories within Graham's voice, you could easily write a comment below, or I've got another idea if you hated. Hate's a slightly strong word, I mean more of dislike. My read through. You can read the chapter for yourselves on my blog, and then make a better retelling of my tale. I won't hold it against you, in fact I encourage you to, as I am only an ideas man. I'm not one of your good people, Rachel. Sorry, a quote from Batman Begins. I'm not a storyteller, is what I was meant to say, and probably slightly more than half of those ideas are complete rubbish, or should I state trash for the American viewers.